The tea
tea
ceremony
ceremony, thing about the tea ceremony cannot be achieved as a
by a foreigner.
tourist activity.
So,
Yes. It's
so
not
what's
okay.
it
So
about?
it's about being mindful. So basically, it's distracting your mind from daily life. So you're supposed to take note of like the teacup that they used to serve you, the decoration. Like you're supposed to bring yourself into that room and only that room. Like you can't think about anything else. It's only that room. Like take a look at the decorations, the curtain, the the stick that they're using to make the tea, the cup, the pots. Like
So you're
it's
thinking of
like
everything else besides the tea? We're talking
no,
about the
including
tea
the tea, but
ceremony.
like you can't think about that. The tea ceremony, they will make it for you now. The tea ceremony is that they will make tea for you in front of you and you drink it in a tea room.
No, I was telling you that. That's what we're talking about. If you looked
Oh, sorry.
Tea,
Do you know?
once,
I didn't know he was here. Ah, you
yeah,
snuck
like
up on
I
me.
am. Wait, is it irregular tea like tea in tea bags? Oh,
she's in Asia now.
No, I'm in Japan. It's not an Asia thing. It's a Japan thing. So
No,
there
the
is a
tea
tea
ceremony.
ceremony where you get dressed up in kimono, and
kimonos.
then you
Mm.
you walk through a particular door, and like you walk into a I can't remember what it's called, but basically there's a mat on the floor made with bamboo. You sit there, and
Hmm.
then you watch how they make you matcha tea, and then you drink the tea. But like the point of it is to help you with mindfulness. Like so you're supposed to look at more, like be in the presence of what you see around you and the process of how they make the teas. And like basically when you cross that gate, it's basically like you're supposed to forget about everything outside and come into this place and think about only what's inside this place. So it's like sort of a meditation and mindfulness thing that they do.
The guy that does Mishai will not appreciate this.
That's
No,
number
but like
one, and it
that's a
depends on
different
where
thing.
you're coming from. It
Yeah.
depends on the kind of problem you're bringing to them. If you're, if you're coming from, because I just went on Twitter and I was watching. Nigeria will always stress you. I was watching some students, teachers, and principal. They were abducted in Oyo State. On Twitter, I just saw that they beheaded the one of the
Yeah.
teachers. And
Jesus.
did you say yes?
I said Jesus. I say Jesus.
So I saw the post and I was like, and you know how when they say, don't look, that they just put the video in my Telegram, viewer discretion. I was like, you know how the human being is. When they tell you don't go there, you say, let me even
That's
stop.
where you want to
And
go.
now when they, ah, so it depends on what you're seeing, that whether you'll be able to remove your eye from everything that you bring, remove your mind from everything that to focus on them making matcha.
Mm.
I said, it's crazy. Tell the this man, young man, bound. Somebody help pull his head backwards, and that person with a machete. Like, my
Just
God, it's too much. It's too much. Too
In
much.
Oyo State here.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll
so
say it here.
too much. So those ones
That's
are
sad.
begging for. So that is crazy work. It's crazy work.
They'll still
I don't know how
rehabilitate
I didn't
them.
see it because
They'll still rehabilitate them in the society and the army. Can you imagine? Next thing you know, they're gonna be reabsorbed into society and integrated into the army. And somebody will say, "Oh, these ones they've gone through some rehabilitation process." What happens to that young man and his family? He's been beheaded. Then what?
Mm.
Anyways, rest his soul. We're speaking now about the cardiothoracic surgeon that was, well, not abducted. In Unio, he was arrested. That's the word.
Harassed and then abducted. It's not just that they harassed him first, then they took him.
It's it boggles the mind. It's funny. You have governors or former governors allegedly that you are looking for, that claim to be looking for, like Yaya Bello. and
Mhm.
he has currently picked up the senatorial ticket for Kogi,
Kogi, a part of Kogi. Kogi, is it central or north? One of those. Anyways,
and
the what? Go ahead.
yeah, and you say you are looking for him, or he's standing trial, or he's supposed to stand trial. You cannot go and touch him yet. You go to a university and go and pick up a cardiothoracic surgeon.
What makes it very tragic is the backstory. So it's not as if the cardiothoracic surgeon had committed any crime. The oh God, EFCC, they're on the tail of somebody. I think the person now said something about a medical report or he had a medical condition. So they wanted somebody to confirm or deny what it was from the University of Uyo. And I think there have been back and forth between them and the university authorities. So on this day, they came to, so allegedly, of course, and they they said, "Come, this man, will you accept or deny this stuff, this medical condition this person is talking about?" And I think he, from what I heard or read, like he was like, "Oh, it's not in his place to
Yeah, it's not in his place to comment about this.
do that." And they're like, "Yeah, don't worry, but he was just," and they dragged him out. Some people say he was in theater. Some say he wasn't in theater. It was his office. You know, it's some of these stories. There will be some people
Conjecture.
sprinkle pepper. There will be embellishments. So who knows? Anyways, they dragged, but he was on the premises of the hospital. Dragged him out, softened him up a bit with punches and kicks, and then people are like, "Hey, don't do that." They'll chuck tear gas to make people behave. Well, they locked the gates and all that, but it was wild. You're chucking tear gas in a hospital environment. There are people there who have respiratory illnesses. There might be people with asthma there. There are people who have respiratory illnesses and are not as mobile as others. And you're just chucking this thing willy nilly. People can actually die. This is crazy. I'm like, the, the, the level of, I don't even know again. When you think you've seen it all, when you think you've seen it all, say, "Oh, nope, I've seen it all. Nothing can surprise me again." One agency in Nigeria just say,
There's
"This
a
is my
new low.
beer. Hold it. I'll show you. Want to see crazy? I'll show you crazy." So I don't even. I don't. They said the school um, has attempted to sue EFCC for 1 billion naira. EFCC, they've apologized. And another thing that pained me, when the EFCC person was making tendering the apology, when it was a verbal something, say, "Oh, we apologize for," people now started clapping. I was like, have they sworn for people in this Nigeria with this clapping thing? But that's rant over. It's nowhere is sacred. No, nothing means anything anymore in that Nigeria. Anything goes. It's crazy. Rant over.
Well, it's the truth. It's not a rant. Nobody's holding anybody accountable. Any and everything goes. There's no punishment for bad behavior. For crying out loud, this is a senior man. This is a cardiothoracic surgeon. This is not, no disrespect to a bricklayer or someone who's selling pepper in the streets or whatever, or somebody, working at Walmart. This is a cardiothoracic surgeon. This is saving somebody's life at the time, maybe. And you just come drag him for no reason whatsoever. And you even to apologize, you're doing it willy-nilly, like, yeah, okay, we just have to say this. It's until sanity, shame, and accountability become the norm in Nigeria, or at least seem like it's coming back into Nigeria, really cooked. It's grass, goose. It's gone.
Like I think that Ugo actually really did cover it. There's no bad exactly, there's no punishment. Also, because Nigerians have been gaslit so many times that even the bare minimum, the trash that they give them, they take it and then they also like applaud. Like I don't think they understand the injustice that was done. And so I don't think people really understand the injustice or the depth of actions that are taken against. Like they think about it on a very surface level. As long as nothing happened, nobody died, nobody is really looking at the repercussions and unintended consequences of actions taken. And so because they apologize, they can clap. But also, personally, I don't think they should drop the suit against EFCC because like that's bad. That's bad behavior. Number one, and two, it's not just the suit. It's requesting that the people that took this act be fired, because again,
You have to name
what
and
is giving you
shame
the
people.
confidence to
Hmm.
do such
Hmm.
a thing? So, like, request for them to be fired, and also not to be employed by anything ever again in the country. If possible, they should also go to jail time because again, you just remove the dignity of the person, and that's against our constitution. So, like, it's not just in firing him, losing his job. He should be in jail. He should also see like the full extent of the law should take its full course, not just sorry nah, and then everybody just move on another day in paradise. We continue again to suffer the next day. But I guess they would not do anything again. This is just me ranting. It doesn't matter.
It's I don't know when it becomes, because it's crazy. I don't know when it becomes too much, because you if I were the in certain climes, the cardiothoracic surgeon, you claim, I cannot work for, I'm traumatized. You people will have to settle him. He was, and rightly
Yeah.
so.
Yes, true.
You don't go to place of work and if it get brutalized, not for something that he did directly, allegedly. So I don't even know. I don't know. People, we're not even talking about the people who were tear gassed. We don't know the state of those ones, because somebody might be somewhere collapsing, that might have collapsed from that. Some Nobody knows, nobody cares. Everybody's just zooming in on the cardiothoracic surgeon. Nobody, the periphery, what happened in and around all that, we don't know yet. And EFCC just want to say, "Oh, we've apologized. Let's move on. Everybody be happy.
I swear.
Let's play happy families again." I don't know.
Well, it's really both of you have said it. Nigerians have been gaslit. Nobody knows, nobody cares anymore. Just they'll take it. You have such a critical mass of people that are, I don't even know if they are uneducated or unexposed, that they take everything, that everybody's trying to outdo the other person. How low can you go? It seems that that's what we're doing in Nigeria now. Everybody's just out looking to outdo the next person. And now, as if that was not bad enough, you have Jam saying you do not need mathematics to do some courses. You do not need to have UTME to do the UTME exams for some courses. Actually, for any course in education, like to going to become a teacher, you do not need UTME exams anymore. We're just retrogressing. By every matrix, we're just retrogressing. Can you imagine? You don't need mathematics. Building of critical reasoning skills, you do not need it anymore in a whole lot of courses in Nigeria going forward. I'm done. No, I mean, in 30, 40 years, Nigeria is done. It will be dregs. If nothing is done to stem this slide, it will be the dregs and the dogs worse than they are now running everything.
So the thing is, uh, it's a race to the bottom. It's a race to the bottom here, and the I don't know whether it's deliberate or they're just making poor choices. But one way or the other, Nigeria is being broken down systematically. I don't know whether it's deliberate. Maybe systematically is the wrong word because if you're not sure it's deliberate, it's being broken down. We're talking about education now. We're we're racing to the bottom rapidly. So other people are trying to find how to level up. In the Nigerian instance, we're trying to find out, how to make it easier in quote by removing standards, by taking away standards so everybody can get it. It doesn't make sense. Instead of finding out, okay, we're not doing well in so and so, how do we improve? You're like, well, let's just remove the bar. Let's just remove the bar. So it's kind of like what they did with employment. Unemployment is high. Now say, well, let's redefine what unemployment is. If you're employed for 1 hour, doesn't in a whole week, it doesn't matter what you do, then you're employed. Before the definition was something, the bar was a bit higher, and if you use that bar, the unemployment levels will be astronomical in
Rocket
Nigeria.
now.
They were like, oh no, this is not a good look. We'll remove that bar, and so with the new bar, it's like
So,
unemployment's like
so everything is now
3 or 4%.
everything is now window
But
dressing.
everybody can see that that's not true. Now back to the education bit. You're you're reducing the bar, and the net effect is going to be that it's the dullest of folk who will get into education. What do you think will happen when the dullest folk are the people tasked with teaching and training children? What in Jazz name do you think will happen? I think 30, 40 years is pushing it. 30, 40 years is pretty, is stretching it too much. We can already see how dull folk are right now. People cannot write simple letter. People cannot speak simple English, cannot string two sentences together without letting off a few missiles. Then you now reduce the bar for the people who are going to teach them. What the hell do you think is going to happen? I don't know whether this is deliberate or they're just making poor choices so as to be like, oh, see, we're opening the floodgates so everybody can get into education or get into teaching. I don't know.
I think it's deliberate. Like
To what to
in
what to what to what purpose? Why?
It's very simple. Like I think the question to what purpose is if the bar to become president is primary school certificate, I be what is it primary school or secondary school leaving certificate? I'm not even sure. One of the most ridiculous bars. So if those are the people leading you, they just want to bring more people like themselves. No, and they just want to bring more people like themselves. Also, like, there's just the head mentality of, if I can be president of the country, I don't really think people need maths and education as much as, everybody thinks you need it. It's not that important. But also, it's a lot more easier to control a crowd that is uneducated. And like Nigeria likes to,
This
or
is
like
true.
the system or the political parties or the political landscape in Nigeria is more of control than democracy, I guess. It's more how much can I like how can I control these people to do what I want without them having to choose what they want. So even like the poverty level, the level of joblessness, the education, everything is in a bit too. Because if you're not educated, then how do you know what's better for you? Or like you don't even know what you're right. What is it right? You don't know a lot of things. So it's easier for me to control you.
mm,
If you don't have a job and you're poor and you're hungry, I'll give you one bag of actually, why am I saying one bag of rice? Gala and malt. You sell your vote. So like it's all in a
Mm,
bid to achieve
mm.
the main goal, which is total control. So there is an end to it. It's just,
But
you know.
yeah, go ahead.
No, no, I'm just saying like there is an end to
But
it. It's
don't they
not like, oh,
realize? I know, but don't they realize that with all that poverty, all that unemployment, all that people are uneducated in today's world, you're going to have anger growing exponentially until the day you cannot control that. Because
they will not be alive to
at
that
some
point now.
because
Not
the
concerned
way
there.
the world is now, or they might not be alive. The way the world the way the world is now, people can see what's going on in other parts of the world and they can see what's going on where they are. So I think you just need to pick up your phone, have some data, you can see what's happening in TikTok, you can see after some time, the penny will drop for some people, and people are going to start asking questions or get very angry. And if they start asking questions and getting angry, and the right answers are not coming back, then this violence kicks in. Then the how the might say, they start putting Oyibo in the boot is the new thing. Now they've moved from putting Oyibo in boot. They're now putting people that look like them, killing people willy nilly, and the violence will keep spreading. I don't know why these people are so short sighted that they cannot see this, but
Yeah, I agree with you. I get what I see where you're coming from, but let me raise you one. You know that
mhm,
um, you are looking at it from a westernized point of view, which is nice, but also the Nigeria considers your ability to be on social media and be part of the global world a privilege and not a right. And they can easily take that away.
mm,
They can just be like, now people are seeing so much. So that's why you can be comparing what is right and what is wrong. We take that, we remove the access. You don't have access to the world anymore. Your anger can only, they have done that before. Your anger can only go so far as if you have food in your stomach to actually fight. If you don't have food in your stomach, you just lie down. You don't have the energy to, you'll be angry and you die with your anger. You can't even be angry because anger takes energy. And the person will chop the vex, right? Again,
once
like
again,
the problem with Nigeria is going back. Like we haven't gotten over the military role. I think that's like our major problem. Like even the way the EFCC people behave, the way the police behave, everything is just in alignment to how it used to be under the military role,
brute
where
force.
it's just yes, that's it. That's really what it is. Is they've not just gotten like the mentality of the ruling party or the ruling people haven't moved past what it was 60. I don't know what how many years ago was it now? I can't remember. But
The military
I was
ended
born,
in
no, but I don't
99.
remember how many years. 99. How many years is that now?
Mhm.
26, 27 years ago.
127 years. Mhm.
Yeah. So the mentality hasn't really shifted much from that. It's just that we are calling it a different name called democracy, but it's really close in military regime. And that's why the military people treat people like shit because again, that's how they used to behave. EFCC have already borrowed because the people also that are going to these things are people that, you know, this is the upbringing, the Alga, maybe once upon a time, his father was a general.
Mhm.
This is how they've been treating people there's no rehabilitation, there's no reform. We just really call democracy a different. I mean, we called what we were doing democracy. We revamped. We did small PR, but it's the same thing.
No, you just added a lick of paint to the house. You didn't fix anything inside the house. You just painted the outside.
Exactly. I called it a new house.
See, it's new. Well, the thing is, this social media, it helps cool people down because people might not have data. Oh no, no, let me. People, that is a source of livelihood for some people. They'll do content. If you shut that down with the anger, the hunger, the hopelessness, unemployment, I don't know. But yeah, like you said, they've shut it down before. They've shut it down before, but that was in 2020. That was in 2020. Yes, people found ways around it. That was 2020 though. And
Mhm.
things in things in 2026 are way harder than it was in 2020. So I don't know that people will be laughing with any government that will shut down social media right now. I don't I don't know that will happen.
Well, unfortunately, Nigerians have been known not to do anything. Well, they did end SARS, so they might claim that, okay, yeah, we tried to do something, but going forward, Nigerians are mainly cowards. It's quite unfortunate. Stir up something, and just one sight of blood, one gunshot, and everybody goes home. So even if they were to shut down the internet like they did before, Nigerians would find a way to adapt to it. We're not looking to go forward. Like you said, it's a race to the bottom. We're just going to talk up here. All of us here have been fortuitous enough to be able to travel out of the country. Most of us stay outside the country, so we're just talking. But we have to do more than talk. We have to find that critical mass of our type of people. Yes, and Obi is starting something, but he is just one man. And there are a few people, speaking up like him, but they need to, we all need to be in one place. The issue with most Nigerians is greed. Once Nigerians are not really looking for how to solve the problem, they are looking for how to solve their own problem and cycle out of the quagmire that is the Nigerian state. Therein is the problem. Therein is the main crux of the matter. If Nigerians could band together, ethnicity, religion, all those are smoke screens that they've used to keep the people confused, not knowing what they want. Is it all this ethnicity and everything? Ethnicism, religion. Have we realized that the political elite are not this way? The political elite are always banded together, smiling, laughing, marrying amongst themselves, going for parties together. It's the people on the bottom that are the fish in the bowl that they're using to do target practice and relieve and laugh at.
I remember like in 1996, like it's a very faint memory. So I have a very faint memory of no, no, no. What I mean faint memory is like I was a baby basically. So obviously I'm not remembering things properly. But I remember like when we used to keep for pino soup and food ration in KD. I don't know if that's what happened in Lagos, but like in Kaduna where I grew up, I remember at some point, maybe during Abacha's regime, we used to queue up for food and like soup and stuff. Like people would like line up and then they would give you like your ration for the yeah. So again,
See,
we've
see,
been there
see
before.
this nepo baby is reading people's diaries,
No, 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 really.
trying to pass off people's
No,
lived
really, I
experiences.
remember.
My friend. See, people can hear you.
My nepotism.
People can
No, we
hear
actually came.
you
My nepotism
from
came later in life, really.
her high rise. She was seeing people down there. Say, they're queuing for soap and so.
Uh, um, see, please, I did grow up rich. Again, I've been saying that I did grow up rich. People don't believe me. Anyway, I cleaned up well. I guess that's what it is. And what can I say? What can I say? But
We
really, I do
believe you.
remember like we did
We
queue up, and
believe
I
you. Do you know that
okay
people
because
can
people
hear
don't
your
believe me
voice? Do
that
you
like
know?
I grew up poor. I grew up poor. God, I'm tired of you. I literally grew up poor.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, I give up. Anyhow, if you want to run it, I'm just saying that like again, we might just go back to that time where like we have to
Mm,
start queuing up for rations
mm.
because if everybody is poor,
I thought people are queuing up for rations
yeah. If people start to
when they're handing out rice
no,
and
they're not
oil
queuing
and
up yet.
t-shirts. What is that?
No, this one is
When they're
every week
handing
now.
out.
Now, like based on say you know feature for the week now. You go
Okay.
start up. Say don't be election period anymore. This one will be your daily 2K. You go start or let your rush or they go. It be like saying that where the government won't carry us go with that. Yeah, everyday food bag. Eh, no, it won't be a food bag. It will be that the whole population, 90% of the population will be dependent on their government to eat.
That is a
So
recipe
you can't
for
even be angry.
chaos.
Because if you're angry and they check your social media that you've ever said anything negative about the government, they will not give you food.
That is a recipe for
That's but easy.
chaos
I'm giving you
and
ideas.
disaster. Okay.
And I'm not even a wicked person yet. Just imagine if my heart was fully wicked. Me, I can already conceptualize this. You think that your government does not? All right.
Okay.